Hello, it's the Randy Duck and welcome back for another video, and today I have a singular replay in the tier 10 British Premium Tank Destroyer, the Technodrome. Now this, if you watched my previous video, is the new licensed vehicle for the Turtle tanks at tier 10, and I've already done a replay which has sort of gone over a view of the tank, but this replay I had shortly after and it was a really good game and I just wanted to share it. That's why it's just a one singular replay today here on Fisherman's Bay. We got no enemy artillery and 2 enemy light tanks. So initially I've just put myself into a position so I can try and use these bushes and see if we can get any shots on the tanks crossing. We managed to put a nice shot into that enemy mouse, picking up our first penetration of damage, and we might even be able to get a shot here into this E4 through the lower plate. Unfortunately, I'm getting shot. He was actually shooting at the back chat who was lit behind me, so I do lose a shot of damage there, and unfortunately don't pen the E4 on the first time of arcing. But my second shot does go through, and that puts me on to 1,200 damage, as well as actually picking up some assistance as well. So we're off to a good start to the game here. And you can see there's quite a lot of enemy tanks actually pushing through the town area. So that's something for me to bear in mind. I do get a shot finishing off that enemy tank destroyer, the E4 crossing, picking up our first kill and also taking care of a dangerous tank. But so far the scores are even and it's, you know, a close game so far. What we're going to do is try and move to the later stage, move to the right hand side of the map and see if we can get any shots over here now, because I don't want to go and fight in the town. I'm happy for the tanks, you know, if they win the town I can shoot them when they leave. I don't want to be fighting inside the town in sort of a paper tank destroyer. I just want to try and abuse my concealment, abuse you know, my view range, and we get a lovely shot here on this enemy tank crossing, on this enemy heavy tank. Should have probably swapped to the small gun after then, and then I would have been able to get another shot in, because I would have had the quicker reload on my second shell, which, you know, is the idea of that shell. Basically you can sort of flip between the two, you know, use the one with the longer reload, and then when you get an opportunity you can swap between the, you know, the shorter reload when it's needed. Unfortunately, I get quite lucky here because the enemy vigilante comes around, and I must admit I was fearing for my life at that point. I thought, oh, here we go, I'm going to get clipped out. But thankfully he didn't have a full clip and I was able to escape there, only losing a little bit of hit points. So that could have been a lot worse. But if you look where our medium tank has pushed up, we now have full control down the 1-2 line. And most of the enemy team, I'd say, are fighting towards our town area of the map. But this is good, but what the back chat's done, because he's taken map control now, and by doing that I know I can move further forward and try and just, you know, take more control of the map to get side shots on the enemy tanks which are still on the sort of ridge in the middle, like this enemy 57 heavy, where we've now been, you know, able to catch him out and get full, you know, get 3 shots into this tank. So I don't think this 57 is going to be able to leave. I should be able to kill him with the help of my team before he escapes there. Put another big shot in, putting us at 3,200 damage, but you can see the game is still very even. I'm hoping to be able to finish him off with the next round if we can just find a slim shot. He is definitely a one shot to us now, and we do pick up our second kill of the game. And then this enemy FB 1005 gets spotted in the back. So I'm going to play as a sort of, you know, mobile tank destroyer. I'm going to keep my distance at this point. I don't want to push up to that FB 1005 whilst they're being spotted and they're peeking. I'm just basically waiting to get shots in. Unfortunately, that enemy back chat just moved before my shot went round, you know, was able to connect. This tank does a fantastic shell velocity for AP rounds, and the gun accuracy is super. Honestly, this tank is incredibly good. I do find it quite fun to play. Could be overpowered. I mean, you definitely could make a strong case for that if I'm honest, but I have had fun playing it. We get a nice shot there into the Murat. Now our poor back chat is getting full sent by the vigilante, and there was really nothing he could do to stop that really. Once the vigilante decided that he wanted to kill the back chat, I know it's been nerfed, but it doesn't change, you know, that sort of engagement. He's still easily going to be able to clip the back chat, and there's nothing the back chat could do to stop it. I do at least manage to punish the vigilante, putting him onto a one shot, which is helpful for later. But you can see this game's still really close, you know, 8 versus 7. We've only got a narrow lead right now, but we're all having a good game. We're on 5,000 damage and 2,000 assistance, but there's plenty of hit points remaining. Now, I'm just waiting to see if this Batchat is going to peek again, because you look like our Vigilante is going in. He might peek the ridge, try and get a shot, and then that may give me that opportunity to pick one more shot of damage, at which point I'm probably going to have to then move and go back round to our town. But thankfully the Batchat does do that. He peeks up and I get a shot in, puts it on to about 6,000 damage. Now the Vigilante is coming in, doing his thing, but we want to try and finish him off here. I don't want to have to fight that tank later on in the game, and we do kill him now, and that's good. That puts us on to 4 kills, 6,000 damage, and it takes out a tank which could delete me in a split second, so it's also a very important kill. And at this stage I'm thinking about relocating from this area, because I don't want to push down there. I want to try and keep my distance while I can. I'm not going to move over, because I'm looking at this enemy mouse. Now the mouse is obviously a really nice target for me, because he's got lots of hit points, he's slow, I can outspot it, and on a map like this, where I don't have to engage the mouse closely, he's going to be in for a rough time fighting me, if I'm honest. But I want to try and get over and try and help my team, and I'm thinking, can I just use the mobility to my advantage and try and create a better angle to get shots at the mouse. So you can see where the mouse is fighting. He's fighting our 2 medium tanks there. If I come and try and make a wide angle, it's going to make life very difficult for that enemy mouse, and might then give me opportunities to shoot the side, because I only have 290 penetration, so I do need to be able to really ideally get side shots into him. It's going to be easier to pen, because frontally it could be difficult unless he exposes his lower plate. But he has exposed his side armour because he's distracted by the tanks in front of him. That allowed me to put a big shot in, putting him onto a potential one shot to me there, and put me onto about 6,600 odd damage. I'm looking for the finish, and we do get that kill, putting us onto 7,000 damage and 4 kills. But this game is still very close. The enemy team have the advantage in the team numbers, and we're left into a 3 versus 2. But 2 of the enemy tanks are slow, heavy tanks. You've got that mouse, and then you've got that 62P. If we can kill the medium tanks, which are, thankfully, our medium tank just shut down the Object 430, then we can just use the map to our advantage against the other 2 tanks. Now, thankfully for me, the other tank which is left is an enemy Bat, who is a one-shot, because remember we put him onto a one-shot earlier on in the game. And really that's my focus at the moment, is finding the Bat, killing the Bat, and once that's happened, I'm going to be in a very good situation, because I can just outmaneuver the other 2 tanks and outspot them. They're not going to be able to go and sit in the cap circle, because I'll then just be able to farm them from a distance by outspotting them. And they're going to have a very tough time catching me, because I can outspot them. I know where they're going to be coming from, because I should be able to outspot them. And unless they go and hide in the corner, they're going to have a difficult time, to be honest with you, because I can just escape. They're so slow, they're not going to really want to be. It's the worst sort of tank for those 2 tanks to fight at the end. So hopefully we can try and shut down this Bat now. And you can see I am being aggressive, but I just do want to get rid of this tank immediately. Thankfully our shot connects, and now we're in a 2v2 against 2 slow tanks. So now 2 medium versus 2 heavy tanks on a map like this should normally, well, they definitely we've got the advantage here. I just need to make sure that they can't come too close to me. Now, thankfully for me, this enemy 60TP is full health, which is good news, because I want to try and get as much damage as I can. I'm already on 7,000 damage. I have a potential for 10k here with the hit points remaining on these tanks. I just don't want to get caught out. Now, they are closing their distance, and I thought, well, I've got no need to stay this close to these tanks. I'm just going to try and relocate and find some better shots. Now, our friendly medium tank is staying there. Now, that's a good idea, because it's creating a cross angle, and I'm hoping what I want to do is put myself in a position, so that the last known location they thought I was with this medium tank. If I try and get a side angle, then as they approach our medium tank trying to get shots, I should have rear shots or side shots. At least that's the plan. Trying to get a shot into the mouse here. Unfortunately, I bounced it off of his turret. Like I say, got 290 pen. It is AP, so it's good against normalisation. But the mouse also has very good armour. But he is aware of our location now, and I would have liked to have a better shot at him. But he is pushing, and he does give me a side shot finally, and that puts me onto 8,000 damage now with 6 kills. I'm just at this point, I'm thinking, right, I just need to get that 10k damage. But I've got lots of time left. I've got 5 minutes, so I'm not under any pressure to make any stupid decisions. I can take my time with this one. and just try and just keep this tank at bay, keep its distance, and just try and get those easy shots in. But he is frontally onto us here. It's awkward. You know, maybe I can pen the top bar, but at this distance, unlikely. So I'm going to try and move around now and see if we can get the rear of this tank. Our medium tank has fallen back to the other side, because obviously this 60 TP was getting quite close to him there. So again, I'm just going to relocate, try and keep multiple angles. In a situation like this, when we're in a 2 versus 2 against these heavy tanks, you don't really want to sit right next with our medium tank. You want to just try and play off them and just create angles, multiple angles, so they can't fight. If they have them to fight in multiple directions, it's going to be really, really awkward for them. So at least that's my mindset here. Now I'm trying to find a shot to get shot into his mouse, because it looks like I might have a sign shot. I was slugging with the gun elevation here. You see he's caught in a situation where he's getting shot by our medium tank, and now he's getting shot by me as well, so he doesn't know what way to turn. If he's looking at me, he could get shot from behind. Now I do get a lovely shot in, putting us onto just shy of 9,000 damage now. I'm getting like, right, I've got to get this 10k. I need to get another like 3 shots in with the big gun. I've got lots of rounds left. He is staying a little bit more hidden, so I'm just going to try and again relocate. He's coming towards me here. I think, can I just get a shot in through the lower plate? I thought I'd gamble it just in case. Doesn't go in. Now he's going to be front facing to us. I'm just going to relocate. I'm just going to get out of there. Like I say, I've got the fantastic concealment. Obviously I run silent driving on this tank, so it's going to really help with my concealment value on the move. And I'm just going to get out of there. The poor mouse really isn't got a lot of hope really in this scenario. It's really going to come down to, do I make a mistake, if anything, because I have the advantage. I've got the view range, I've got the concealment, I've got the mobility, and I've got the map to be able to abuse it in a scenario like this. So I'm going to try and find a better shot. I want to try and get a nice side shot. I have the opportunity for the side shot. Unfortunately for me, doesn't penetrate that time. Would have been nice to have got that shot in, because he's probably going to turn his angle towards us now. And we do have the 60 TP coming from the other side. But I am able to connect that shot and put me onto a 1 shot. I do get spotted, so I pull behind this destructible cover and just hope that we can try and lose our spot. He does shoot the destructible cover, like I say. And now we have lost a spot, so we're going to pop back and see if we can get the kill shot here. But he's on a 1 shot. It looks like our friendly medium tank, who has heat shells, should be able to take him out, and he has in fact done that. And now I'm so close to the 10k mark. I just need another 2 pens, and then we'll be away, and we will get that. And the 60 TP has the hit points for me to be able to do that. So we get a side opportunity, get that shot in. Now we just need to get 1 more pen. And right, I just want to land 1 more penetration. I'm going to stay here. He's making his advance towards us, because I think our medium tank's going to farm him at this point. So I'm looking to just hopefully get 1 shot in. He turns his turret, and I go for the side of his turret, and I bounce. And I'm thinking, oh no, please let me get 1 more shot of damage in. I just want to get that above that 10k mark. I don't want to throw that way at this stage. And then I almost do. I bounce the side of him. I didn't want to take a shot of 60p, and I'm thinking, oh, can I just stop bouncing, please? But now I have a shot at his lower plate. I'm going to take my time with this one and aim it, and we do connect. Puts us on to 10,500 damage and 6 kills. I could have got the Devastator then, which would have been nice if I didn't bounce my previous shell. But nonetheless, a really good game here in the Technodrome. Finishing that one off with 6 kills, 10,500 damage, 2,000 assistance, and the ace tanker and the high caliber and the top gun. So, hope you enjoyed the video. Shout out to our medium tank in the E6. He had a really good game, came in very helpful at the end there. And as always, happy tanking.
Enemy in sight. Hadouken!